Hi everyone, it's Rhonda and I want to welcome you to Joy Junktique. I'm so glad you're here. I just want to do a quick flip through of my design team project for A Trace of Sparkle, and I used mostly the Bella Bleue kit, and it's really pretty. So here's the cover, and I made it with an old book, just an old book cover. It was blue in color, but I kind of gessoed it and then waxed over it with some antiquing wax. And I wrapped the spine with this fabric that I really like. And I have this really pretty little, almost heart-shaped dolly. And it's really, really intricate in the details. So I used one of those for the front. I just wanted something to go on the front. And I created a cabinet card with one of my old photos. I was inspired by Keepsake Designs, and I'll link her video below. Real quick, I just wanted to interrupt and show where I had redone that cabinet card. When I had originally done it, I did it on the glossy photo paper because I didn't have any matte paper, but it ended up more red and also started kind of smudging and smearing. So I just pulled that off and tricked my printer by scanning the photo on my phone and doing it through the HP app, and I got more true of a color to the original. It just wasn't, didn't have that shine to it, but that's okay. It does still look really good, and I really like the coloring on this one much better. So that is what will be on the journal when it goes in my Etsy shop. So I just wanted to clarify that. Back to the video. And so that'll just slip back in this pocket, and when this is not in the pocket, then I just have a little tag and a little paper dolly just so it wouldn't be empty. I have this little tag, and that actually came from by Boho Love in one of her pretty kits, and I thought it just went perfect with this kit since it is Bella Bleue. So I just added some little scraps of fabric and a little crocheted flower there. I tied it with this pretty ribbon and added this little pearl dangle. And here I just have a tiny little decorative piece that I glued down on the ends, and so the ribbon can be taken out if you want. It could easily be changed if you ever needed to. And then in the back I have a couple of little envelopes that I stuck in there. And these, I was inspired by Craft Bake Studio. I had ordered something from her, and she had included this in my little freebies that she sent. And so I just recreated that with pieces from this kit. And so this one is one of the pages from the kit. So pretty. And then here's the little window where you can see this tiny little journal that I made with an old paper bag. And just little pieces of copied out paper. And in the back you have another little tag and a little envelope, a coin envelope that's just glued down. But you also have a pocket here, and then you can untie this and put something inside there. So that slips back in there. And then this one is made with another page from the kit. And I just put a piece of a copy of an old catalog that I have with the pretty lady and a receipt. So they'll sit back in there and held together with some seam binding ribbon. So I'll put all this aside. And I'm going to go ahead and open the book. So that's what it looks like. That's what's in that pocket. So when you open the journal, you'll see I kept the liner. Has beautiful foxing. And then I just added this little journal tag, which also came from Boho Love in that same kit. And then this little crocheted flower, little piece of seam binding, and this tag from the kit that I made into a pocket. And then this was some of that same catalog page that I just printed on paper. So as you open it, I have some blank pages that came out of this book. There were a lot of blank pages, so that was good for this little journal. And then how I just left this page folded, it makes a pocket here, a little tuck spot here, and a little tuck spot back here. And it's just tied. So on this side, I'll show you that foxing, just how pretty it is. I love it. So here I have just a little scrap piece for a tuck, and a little scrap piece of embossed paper that had been coffee dyed and sprinkled with cinnamon. And then here's some more of the blank pages that were left from the book. And this book was a little bit damaged already, but I did try to salvage some of it that I could put in here. And this is a piece of vellum that I had printed from one of the pages, and I just took a little scrap of it. And here I have some lace. So the way this is designed, I used a tutorial from Dody at Lace Girl 130, and I'll link her below. And you make all the pages with cardstock, and they're just glued together consecutively. And so once you get all this together, then I just took and I used the book cover and a piece of fabric back there to line it and glued all this down. And then I also wanted to kind of cover my rough edges. So I used this really old piece of lace I'd gotten from Lavish Laces. And then I also have a piece of lace here. So I just stapled together these little pieces from the book. And then here I have this little tuck, and I also made this dress a tuck. So I put this really pretty tag that I added some little coffee filter ruffle to, and ran a key through the eyelet. So I also stamped the back with one of Sam Pool's stamps. So that just kind of tucks under here and in here. And then the little key I just kind of tucked there so it doesn't fly around. So this is a really pretty page. I just love all the detail in this one. And so here's a little pocket that I just reprinted that page and made a pocket like Dody does, and punched out the little notch in it. So in that pocket I made this really pretty envelope with a doily that I lined with some old coffee dyed paper. And then I used my Mod Podge on top of it, so it kind of has a little bit of a sheen to it and just protects it. And then I added the coffee filter ruffle, and I had fussy cut the butterfly and just stitched it down the middle and added some of my sparkle silk. So that looks really pretty. And then as you open it, you have this pretty tag from the kit. And I just added a little piece from one of the pages there and one of Sam's stamps. So back in the pocket. And then here, I don't know if you can see all that detail. It's so pretty. I love the colors too. So here in this pocket, I have a little index card that I just stapled some little pieces. Added this pretty lace. And so that just tucks back in there with the lace hanging over. And every other one is a little pocket. And then on this side you can access this little coffee dyed paper that I just made a little tuck with one of the little I punched out a little piece from the kit. And so it just holds it together there like that. And it goes back in that pocket. On this page It's another pretty little piece from the kit. And I added this little perforated paper that I have a little tablet of. And I just stamped some of my stamps on there. And this is from Craft Bake Studios. Came in my little freebies. And then here, I just made a little flip out. And you can journal in there. Put something here. I fussy cut one of the bows from the kit, and then I added this pretty little tatting there. I also added this little ruffle, sheer fabric, and some lace at the bottom. Here's another page. So there's that same tag that I used on the front cover. Here's another little tag from the kit. It's really sweet. And then this is a piece of book page, and I just stenciled on it with some of the texture paste from Sam Pool. And so these pieces are also little fussy cuts from the kit. I did this butterfly the same way, where I stitched down the middle. And then this is a little pocket for this tag. And here I just have a little dangle with a tag from the kit. So here we just have a little ruffle on this skinny tag. I had just stitched it on there, and I added a tiny little rhinestone right there on that button that fell out of some kind of jewelry. But just really pretty tags. And here's some seam binding. And here is another piece of that really pretty lace that I got from Lavish Laces. So I'll link all those shops below, and videos or anything that I think you would be interested in. Anything I've talked about today. And so this pocket right here, I just made a little kind of like a library pocket. I just stapled it on this side and then tied the ribbon to hold it on this side. And here's a tag from the kit that I just kind of used one of the pages to make a tag. And this is my embossed napkin that I had done in one of my videos. Opens that a lot. So then there's this page, really pretty with all the detail. And here is from the kit. Just kind of looks like a little envelope. And this pretty lady. And I just kind of fussy cut the edges of this to make a pretty pocket. And then rather than gluing it down all the way, I just did a little eyelet here with a little piece of sheer fabric that ties and closes it there. And then this is actually from one of her other kits. And this is just printed on onion spin paper. But I'll link that kit down below too. And there's another copy dyed ruffle. So now we have this page. And this was a piece from the kit. So I just took this tag, which was also from the kit. So pretty. I just added this tiny little tag to it. And then I hung it with a bulb pin at the top. And then inside this pocket, I just added an old layaway tag that I had. So on this page, this is a piece from the kit. Lots of little details on that. And then in this pocket, I put one of the fussy cut roses from the kit. They're so pretty. And this little envelope, little corn envelope, and that will have some ephemera in it. And here I have some tiny little lace and a coffee filter ruffle. In this pocket, I made one of the envelopes like Heather from Ruby and Pearl. I added this little seal. That actually came in my kit from Oldacina. And inside, this little piece came from Craft Bake Studio. And this is a piece from the kit. I added some little lace. So there's that pocket. So on this page I have this tiny little stamp that's by Sam Poole. And it's just on a little coffee dyed piece of paper, stapled with a rusty staple. And then this page I just kind of layered with some of the pieces from the kit. And so this is a pocket and this is a pocket. And this one, I have this tag. And down here, I have a bottom tuck with this little tag. This button is from the kit too. And then I just added a little piece of the coffee filter ruffle. And so you turn, and here's another little flip out. Just used a piece of French book page there. And rather than add anything behind that, I just made the Swiss dot fabric and just left it to where you could journal underneath there. These pages are really pretty. So I left them kind of plain just for journaling. And then here's some more of that sweet little trim, the little tatting. And I also added this little tag from the kit with the rusty staple. And so in this pocket, this is just a piece of scrapbook paper, cardstock. And I just added a little paper ruffle there from a little scrap piece that I had left over. And then this is a little hidden paper clip with the tickets that came in the kit. And so that just comes off of this little envelope. There's a little piece of fabric and lace. And inside of it is another tag. And so this page has another hidden pocket with the fussy cut edges. So I tucked in this little envelope that I had stamped with one of my stamps. This is a little tag from the kit. And here's another piece of that napkin I had embossed. The inside of this is just a couple of little pieces of ephemera. And this is also a little pocket. So you can see there where I fussy cut that pocket. And I had added a little coffee filter ruffle to the bottom. So here's another page where I just reprinted and cut out a pocket for it and did a coffee filter ruffle. Inside of it I have a couple of really old fragile receipt pages. And then down here I added one of the pieces from that collar I had gotten from Lavish Laces. I have a video that showed everything I got, so you may have seen this before. And inside of it, I added these sweet little tags. I embellished with a fussy cut and also stamped with some of my stamps. In this pocket, I just have a scrappy notepad, just leftover pieces, a real pretty piece of lace. And this page I really like. I had a couple of scrap pieces here from the background page. So I just made 2 pockets out of them and overlaid them with this really pretty lace I had. And then I cut out a couple of tags from the kit and embellished them. I had also added this really pretty lace along the edge. And then I added this pretty lace that has pearls sewn to it. And it has some tulle that hangs down. So there, I just tucked this little glassine envelope. I made another little punch to hold it closed, a little lace. And I put another rose in there. So that tucks there. And then here, I fussy cut the shoe and used it as a little corner tuck for this tag. And I just kind of added some book page to the back and did my butterfly again with the little sparkle silk and a button and some seam binding. And so then we have the last page, and I made this really pretty tag, big tag with a little bit of sheer ribbon here, and backed it with some French book page. And that just tucks in this little pocket here. And here's another little tuck spot you could use for something. And then in the very back, you have some more of that boxing from the original book page. And I added another little side tuck of that fabric. And another one of those little perforated pages with my stamps. And a piece of coffee dyed cardstock. So then as we close it, there's the back of the book. So this just wraps back around. And so there is my project. I hope y'all really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it. It was a little bit of a challenge, but I really did enjoy making it and seeing how it turned out. Y'all be sure and go to her shop. I'll have it all linked below with the kits. And have fun making something beautiful. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And I will see you back here really soon. God bless.